Hello everybody, it's Loomer again. So I'm bringing you a deathmatch game today. This is a standard deathmatch game. The previous match on my channel was a modified version of deathmatch through the Game Lab, so I thought I'd take a look at just kind of the regular vanilla deathmatch that you play in all the standard matchmaking. I'm playing as the Lady Black, one of my favorite characters right now, simply because I can customize her through the Uplay costume. I'm not high enough level, nor do I have enough credits to really customize a lot of the other characters, so I like to grab her if I can, but she's definitely one of the most popular characters, so it's difficult sometimes. Deathmatch on Seba Island. This is of course the map that they showed a lot over the summer as the game came out. Now, I've had a lot of people ask if I'm going to get this game on next gen. The answer is yes, I'm getting a PS4 at launch, and so that's part of the reason why I'm kind of low level here right now. I'm waiting until my PS4 in order to play the single player and to really get into the multiplayer, since any progression I make on the 360 is going to it's not going to carry over to the PS4 anyways, so I'm not spending too much time really driving into it, you know, by this point in the last couple of years, like for Revelations and AC3, I would have hit level cap already generally, so I'm still somewhat low level, so I thought I'd use this video to kind of give some general tips on how I play deathmatch anyway at the lower levels, and kind of my general thoughts on all the changes that they've made and how they affect kind of the game. So, I'm somewhere in like the mid-20s I think right now in my leveling. For my ability set, I'm using a combination of Morph, Disguise, and Knives. So the changes that they've made to all the mechanics of the game have really crazy implications. Well, not crazy, but different implications. Nice little focus stun there. And I kind of talked about this in the last deathmatch video, but hidden kills have become really, really important. Partially because they double your base kill now instead of just adding 200 points, so for a silent or incognito kill that gets you a lot more points, but also because of the way contesting works. You can see an example right here. I got contested on that kill because I got really greedy for no good reason at all. I was kind of waiting for a partial focus, but I didn't even need that because I had full focus earlier. And what happens is the contested not only removed my hidden, so it got rid of the score doubler, but it also halved my base kill, down to 225, and then of course it added on the partial focus and everything. But that's a swing of something like 600 points roughly just from being contested, and basically playing deathmatch, and wanted to some extent too, has become a lot more about being patient and going for a few, or more if you can, but going more for good quality kills, and less about being really aggressive and just getting sheer number of kills. And a lot of this is because of how contesting halves your score no matter what the level. In previous games, if someone contested your kill but you were already at discreet, it didn't really matter points wise. They'd get some points, you'd get dazed for a little bit, but discreet or reckless, you would just keep those points. Here, it turns your 250 point kill down to a 125 point kill, or your 150 point down to a 75 point kill, and it's really noticeable. If you try to play this game the way that you play, that a lot of people tend to play, like Revelations, well, Brotherhood, Revelations, and AC3, like really aggressively getting a lot of kills, you're going to find a lot lower scores than you're used to pretty quickly. So it's very important to avoid being contested, and as kind of a corollary on that, it's really nice to get a hidden kill, and in order to get those you also need to not be contested. In addition to that, you can't run out of blend groups anymore. As I pointed out in my other video, you need to walk slowly out of the blend group in order to maintain your hidden bonus. So all of these things, it's really, I really like the changes actually for deathmatch anyway. It changes the pace of the game a lot, and it's a lot more viable to use something like Morph and Disguise or Decoy or all these things in order to do well in the lobby. So how I've been playing this, at least at these levels with the abilities I have, a lot of times I like to oh, by the way, I fall for a decoy here. I suck at recognizing decoys. The thing about decoys as well is that if you're close enough, I think, you can usually hear the kind of whooshing sound that it makes when they set off the decoy, and I didn't hear it at that time. I didn't pay attention to my portrait, so I totally... You can hear it right there, the decoy noise. And so I got kind of careless there, fell for it. So what I like to do, especially in Deathmatch, is to find a blend group to morph. And then you want to find a standing blend group. If you morph a moving blend group, they're just going to basically walk off the map after a little bit. So what I like to do is find a static blend group somewhere either in the middle of the map or kind of close to it. And then that way you're somewhat guaranteed to get... chances are your target's going to flow through that area at some point. You can probably get a nice hidden kill. Meanwhile, you're able to kind of stay in that area safely, generally speaking, until your target comes along. Of course, the bigger issue with morph and disguise is you need to use both of them when your pursuer hasn't seen you, so it's a little tricky sometimes. I usually try to use disguise like right now, kind of before I enter the main line of sight of the big central areas of these maps, but then I kind of stupidly ran it for a ground finish. I only did that because I didn't have any pursuers at the moment. Generally speaking, because of the changes to variety, it's almost never really worth it to go for a ground finish anymore, especially on Deathmatch where everything's concentrated, so everything's in this compact area. You're very likely to give yourself away. So this isn't really a central area, but another thing that's really important is to always use your camera to kind of manipulate it, to see around corners, use it to peek around corners, just so you can get an idea of what's going on. So I can use it to see this guy sneaking up on me, get a nice quick little corner stun. It's something you'll get used to very quickly. You can see here, I'm pretty much convinced that knife stuns are just flat out gone in AC4. As far as I can tell, I've gotten a couple, but it really seems more like just luck than anything. I think if your target, if your pursuer has you locked, at least definitely, and they're mashing the kill button, there's pretty much no way to get the stun as far as I can tell anymore. Maybe if they don't have you locked, you might be able to kind of pull it off if you have kind of a latency, but I'm kind of convinced they're completely gone. I almost fell for that decoy again, but then I was like, haha, I remember this guy uses decoy. I'm gonna look at my compass this time, or compass meaning portrait. So you can see there, I saw that adventurer creeping up on me. I could have gone to try to contest this kill. You really want to try to make sure you contest your pursuers whenever you can, because of what I talked about earlier, to help make sure you lower their score. But in this case, because hidden kills are so important to get, especially ones if you can build up your meter, I really was just like, no, I just really need to get this hidden kill. I don't even... it's going to be 900 points, which is huge, and like I don't care if I'm going to die right after. That's okay. I mean, you think about it, like, compared to rushing in and maybe getting a bunch of contested discrete kills. Think about it, it's like if you get contested on your discrete kills. Like, but I tried to stun that guy, but the lock wasn't cooperating, so I was kind of upset at this point here. I was probably yelling at the TV, but that one 900 point kill makes up for a lot of potential like contested discrete kills at 125 points each, right? That's like 6 of those kills just all of a sudden smashed into one hidden kill, so it's really nice. So here's another thing I like to do if you happen to see your target kill a civilian like this. You know that they can't stun you or contest you, so if you can hang around, unless they have something like a smoke bomb, which at this low level they don't, what I was able to do was to just use that extra time to quickly duck into the blend group, snag the hidden on that, because I knew he wouldn't be able to take it away with a contested because he killed a civilian, and snag it for a lot of extra points. You can see that one 900 point kill combined with that 700 point kill has already formed, close to like a quarter of the points in my match just in those 2 kills right here. Yeah, so at this level, both of these abilities are really useful. Decoy is also very, very useful. I could see that being useful. I could see decoy being really, really powerful, especially once you craft it to give you extra points. If you craft it up to roughly like 200 points, you get you know, 200 points when they kill the decoy, and then you can run in for the stun as well. And so you get 400 points out of this ability. And considering how few abilities there are now that can help get you stuns now, especially with Smoke Bomb being nerfed the way it is, with knives not really giving you knife stuns anymore, that's huge. So I could see myself, I'll probably be trying out decoy even at the higher levels, depending on how often you can get people to fall for it. It's a little tricky sometimes with the better players, but yeah, so I am using knives. I was kind of testing it out. I feel like knives are much better for offense now than they are for defense, for slowing down your target. So not so useful in deathmatch, I think, when it's such a small area anyway, but I would use it for wanted to slow down people. For deathmatch, I'll probably switch over to trying disruption instead at this level. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed kind of this look at deathmatch, kind of my thoughts on tips to doing well. I don't know how many of you, you know, I'm going to start digging into the multiplayer, like I said, more once the game comes out for PS4, as well as playing through the single player. So once that's done, I'll really get into doing more live streams, more videos. I'll start setting up podcasts and everything. Until then, I'm kind of taking it a little slow, but I'll still try to put out videos every once in a while just to kind of give my general thoughts on what's going on with the multiplayer. I've had a lot of fun with it so far. I'm really happy about these changes, actually. So far, at least. We'll see how it shakes out in the end once you get to the higher levels. But for now, it's resulted in a much different game in ways I didn't really think about before. So it's really cool. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll bring you some more soon, so stay tuned, and I'll see you later. Bye.